It is. But even to understand that Bible, as I told you, to understand Gita, you better get realization. In the same way, to understand that Bible also, you have to get your realization. The one about whom it is described had never been to a school. None of them have been to any school. For the first time in this life, I have learned this English language. I never knew this language in any one of my lives before. Because I knew I'll have to talk to you and I'll have to tell you about spirit in this language. But to understand it, we have to read ancient scriptures. Beautiful ancient scriptures are there. It describes the nature of the spirit. It said that spirit has got three qualities. Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat means truth. Chit means attention. Anand means joy. Sat is the truth. What is the truth now? If you see something white, it is the truth. All right. But what is the truth of this shawl? A realized soul can know. Not you. Because his spirit is enlightened. He sees the fifth dimension of this shawl. Let him hold it in his hands and he will know that this is Mother's shawl. Immediately he'll feel those cool vibrations coming out of it. He'll know that this is Mother's shawl. That is the truth. The four dimensions which we know of is not the truth, but the fifth one which is the truth, which is the spirit. Sitting down here, you can find out about anybody, what is he suffering from, what are his problems, what are his chakras, is absolute. This knowledge is absolute. If you have 5 or 10 children who are realized, and if you tie their eyes, and ask them about a patient which is suffering from, they will all raise their fingers, this, or this, or this, or all of them. Whatever may be the case. All of them will raise the same fingers. It is absolute knowledge. It cannot be argued. It cannot be refuted. It is what it is. And also, today the man may be having these problems, tomorrow he may not have at all. So then, whatever was there is finished. Whatever is today, that's what they are going to tell. So it is the truth. The rest is all, is mithya, is false. I was once going in Kashmir, driving through some very remote corner, and suddenly I felt tremendous vibrations in the air. And I asked the driver, is there any temple here or something? Because in Kashmir there are many temples which are vibrating. So many things have come out of the Mother Earth, as it is said in the 10th commandment, that thou shalt not worship anything that is created by the Mother Earth. Reproduce and worship it. There are many places in Kashmir like that. So I asked him, he said, no, there is no temple, there are no Hindus live in this area. I said, but still I feel tremendous vibration. So my husband told the driver, all right, let's go the way she says. So we followed about 3 miles and we reached a colony of people who are Muslims living there. So we went and asked, is there any temple here? He said, no, but there is one great mosque. So what mosque is that? Well, this is Hazrat Iqbal. That means one hair of Hazrat Muhammad Sahib. Of Muhammad Sahib's one hair was there. And even now, to take his name, the vibration starts flowing. How can I deny him? He was the truth. Spirit will not deny. It's the falsehood that denies all these real people. It's the spirit that gives you the truth, which integrates all that is truth and throws away that is untruth. That's why you must get your spirit. Before that, anybody talks to you about God, about anything, they can even crucify. They are such stupid, foolish people that they can do anything. They'll argue with you, they'll fight with you, they'll do all kinds of stupid things, but understand you. This is what my father told me. Now you have to find out Amas method by which you give realization to many people so that they see that there is something beyond. They are all standing on the first floor. If you are born on the 10th floor and you tell them something that you see on the 10th floor, they are not going to believe. They'll fight with you, they'll quarrel with you, they'll pull you down because their ego is challenged all the time. So best thing is to transform them. Give them mass realization. That is what is the spirit is. That every one of you have got spirit. But it was very difficult in those days to give mass realization. The blossom time had not come. Today the blossom time has come. And the wind that blows, the cool wind, gives realization to so many of them. Thousands of people have got realization. You also, many of you have got your realization. So the spirit is established. You feel you are something different now. The transformation has started, the baptism has been done in the actual sense. When you start feeling it's moving, you feel the cool breeze. Now, when you take to your collective being, you become one with others also. You try to give. Now you are taking from me. When I go, you stand here and give. When the lamp is not enlightened, then all right, try to enlighten it. After the enlightenment, what does the light do? Is to give the light. Spirit gives you your meaning. Spirit gives you your understanding of the truth that is reality, not unreal things. Me you cannot understand if you are not realized. You cannot. I am just like you. It's no difference. But those who are realized know about me very well. Even living in Rangoon, a saint who met one of the Sir Yoginis, she was an American, and he just bowed to her and made her sit higher than him. He said, "You have met Mother. I haven't yet met her." And she was surprised. Then how did he know all these things? There are so many saints in India who are real saints, who know about me. But those who are very close to me also, because my husband is highly placed in life, and we have friends who are very elite and I've seen all the best, the prime ministers of the world have met, and I've met all sorts of kings and queens and this and that, and every day I'm shaking hands with them. They don't know me. They don't recognize me. There was a gentleman whom we knew very well. He is now the president of the High Court, World High Court. And we knew him very well, a great friend of my husband and all that. And suddenly his wife saw my photograph with he is a Maharaja of some place, one of the Maharajas having in his pocket. So the Maharaja suddenly took out the photograph and put it to his eyes and put it back. So she said, "What, this is such and such lady, I know her very well." He said, "Yes, but don't you know she's the Mataji who has cured me of my heart trouble?" She said, "Really? I didn't know she was a Mataji or anything." She comes to the party, she's very quiet. She just sits quietly. I've never even heard her speaking. For the last 25 years I know she speaks very little. Oh God, she gives lectures and there are thousands of people. Can she speak? She's surprised. We've never seen her speaking anything. I won't be able to recognize her voice. Even my husband, of course, he speaks a lot, and her husband also speaks a lot. I also speak, but I've never heard speaking anything. She just keeps quiet, sometimes musing to herself. She seems to be a dignified lady, but otherwise she never makes any efforts to impress us or in any way tell that she's Mataji. Immediately the husband got such a shock, and he immediately telephoned to my husband. I never knew she was a Mataji. It was such a thing. You knew I am a seeker and a seeker. And he said that, so my husband said, she's now in Delhi, you go and meet her. Immediately he sent for me, and he got his realization in five minutes. But his wife didn't get it. So he sent her by plane that you better get it. This is the thing one has to get. Now the emphasis that you have to be your spirit is very much reduced in the modern society. The emphasis should be that your spirit is to be achieved in this lifetime. This is what one has to do, is the only thing one has to do. That is not there in the Western societies. Secondly, for this you have to control your attention. Don't allow your attention to spill out. I hope I told you the story of Janaka. Did I tell them? I don't know, but I'll again repeat. Like there was Raja Janaka, the father of Sita, father-in-law of Rama. And Narada went to him, another celestial being. He went to see him and he said, how is it? You are a king, you move about like a king, you have everything like a king, you have gold and everything. And how is it people say that you are a Videhi, means you are above all these things, above your body? How is it? He said, all right, I'll tell you in the evening, but just now do me a job. You carry some milk in this pot. The pot had no rim also. So poor fellow was carrying that. The whole day he was carrying, got tired. He said, don't allow even a drop to spill out. He was looking at it all the time. In the evening he got tired, he put it there. He said, now you tell me, have I had enough of this? He said, what did you see when you were moving about with me? He said, nothing. What could I see? I was just watching this milk, that it should not spill out. He said, in the same way, I am at that stage where my attention does not spill out. That is the stage where you are achieving your self-realization, where the attention is completely enlightened by your spirit. It doesn't envelop anything like that. And even if it goes round, it comes back as it is. My hand, when it touches it, it doesn't become this metal, does it? It comes out. It's absolutely detached from this. I can touch it, but I am not that. Just now I am matter. I am everything. I am worried about my children, my house, this thing. But when I become realized, I get completely detached. I am a spiritual living being. Then nothing can keep you down. Nothing can dominate. And you do not dominate anything. That is the state of the spirit. When that happens, you become beyond dharma, sustenance. You are beyond it. For example, there is no temptation for such a person. There is no temptation. There is no mental activity either. There is no stealing, not telling lies. Such a person is extremely honest and fearless. Like Christ. He had nothing to do with a prostitute. I mean, she was a different style, he was a different style. But when people started stoning a prostitute, he stood up before them and asked, who are the ones who have not committed the sin? They could have stoned him. But his honesty and his strength stopped it. They will stand by all those who are tortured and troubled by people who are oppressive. They are not afraid of anything. They are fearless people. Neither they frighten anyone. They are compassionate. But when it comes to protesting, they stand up fearlessly against those who try to torture and ruin others. There is no oppression. Even I cannot force you to get realization. I cannot argue it out with you. It has to work out. It is as simple as that. If you do not want it, you can never get it. Out of question. So that is always I say that if you don't want to get it, you better go away. But still some obstinate people will sit there. No, I'll sit here. For what? Such people also give out very bad vibrations to others, and they disturb others getting their realization. It's satanic. Still I make them sit, all right, sit down. You cannot force it. It's a light within you, a flicker. And the analogy could be like the gas that rises and touches the flicker, and the whole gas gets enlightened. The flicker is awake all the time and watching. Then the whole thing becomes the truth. Truth is very different from what we know as truth. It's a new dimension by which we know this is the truth and this is not the truth. You can ask any questions when you are connected with your spirit. Ask any question. Ask a question about me. You can ask a question about Christ, about Moses, about God. Ask any question. And when the answer is yes, you will get cool breeze coming into it. If you ask any negative questions, you lose your vibrations. Might get tingling, might get heat. Because now your computer is connected with the absolute and the rapport has been established of the truth. This is a new awareness you get by which you become aware of truth, which is the vibratory awareness. Through vibrations, a child also can know. There are many children who are born realized. And they know where is the Kundalini. They know. They will tell you where is the Kundalini. It's the truth. Because they know the truth. For that you don't need too much of mental development. They are very dignified. They understand it better than many elderly people and people who are placed very highly in life. Christ has already said that rich men are not going to enter into the kingdom of God. He's already said, because they are running. But I would say even those who think they know a lot, all-knowing, they will not enter. Because they do not want to enter. They know everything. They do not want to enter inside. They want to carry their mind everywhere. They want to carry their car inside the hall. How will they enter inside? They are not willing to keep their mind outside because they have always depended on that mind, which has given them nothing. But to achieve spirit, you have to come there egolessly, to receive. The light of your being is going to enlighten the whole thing, your temple. And when this light comes in, when this light shines in you, then you can feel your collective consciousness. You can feel it, the cool breeze of the spirit manifesting through you. Is described in the Bible in very short but deep. But Adi Shankaracharya has written such a big book on this called as Saundarya Lahari or Chaitanya Lahari. It is not easy to talk about all these in such a short time. He wrote treatises of philosophy. Great personality he was. Called as Viveka Chudamani. First of all, he gave the conscience the call. What is your conscience and all that? Viveka Chudamani. Then he wrote many books and ultimately he wrote Saundarya Lahari. In that he says, it's only the description of the beauty of my mother I can describe. And into all details he has described nothing but the mother. Her fingers, her hands, her movements and everything, and what he saw, how the vibrations moved in her, every words that she spoke. You have to read that book to understand Sahaja. It's very clearly given all these things. As I told you the other day, William Blake also has written about Sahaja very clearly. But unless and until you have realization, you cannot know the truth. So he is the truth, Sat. Then his Chit is attention. He is the attention. Your spirit is the attention. Attention of God. God is attentive to you through your spirit. And when your attention is enlightened by Him, that means you come in the attention of God. You are looked after by God. All His powers flow into you. All His protection comes to you. You'll be amazed, there will be here Sahaj Yogis who will tell you how they avoided accidents, what happened after accidents, and miraculously how people are saved. It is nothing new to me. This is the minimum that can happen to a person. This is the minimum of minimum, because all the angels, they take charge. You are on the stage. The angels are there to look after you. And you really start gradually feeling the presence of that blessing, which is the attention of God. So He is the Chit, Sat Chit, and Anand. He is the joy. He is the joy. Because God is joy. He created this universe not to make us serious and unhappy and sulky. See how many flowers, how many beautiful things, how many colors, what He has created for us. For us to enjoy, He has created all this world, not to indulge into nonsense, into filth, into dirt. The dirt of the mind, the sin, the filthy ideas. But to have a clean heart and to have a clean morality within us. He created this beautiful world for us to enjoy. Without that you cannot enjoy. You cannot enjoy. Unless and until you have a clean morality within you, you cannot enjoy yourself. And that joy is your own once you get your realization. This joy is the compassion and grace of God. When the Kundalini first rises through a one small little thread, she touches the Brahmarandra here. Just one thread, she opens, then the grace, the joy. Because here is the seat of Sadashiva, here is the seat of your spirit. When it touches that seat, the flow of the grace starts coming on your sympathetic nervous system and you feel relaxed. First thing happens to you, feel relaxed. Is the grace. Only one thread has reached. And then the flow that is flowing today, this one is the Brahma, is the power of God flowing through you. This is what you have to get. This is what you would remember, somebody touched Christ and the power went. For us, it is necessary to know that we are the first Australians to get realization. We are the first people to get it. And it's a great responsibility on you, all of you who have got realization today and before, to keep it strong. Make it into a tree, because you are responsible for all the progeny that is going to come to this beautiful land of yours by which you are blessed. So this is the beautiful place and the beautiful people, so many children of mine. Today is the last day. It's a very sad thing that one has to say goodbye. I hope you all will make it convenient to come and see me on Sunday. I'll be looking forward to you. There I will try to cure you also if you have any problems, but don't bring all the hospitals there. I will teach you how to cure and how to give realization. Best thing is you bring the case to me and I will tell you how to cure yourself, because if you are realized souls, you can cure also. We always in India do when a cancer patient comes in, we call one of his relations, give him realization, teach him how to cure cancer, and he looks after the patient. Because that's the best way one can do it. He can give realization to that person, he can look after better, he knows the person better, and it works out much better that way. So I hope you'll make it convenient to come and see. I must say I was very much impressed by Sydney people who have been so kind to come here and listen and get the realization. I have to say that because I am a mother. I cannot just leave it to your senses. I have to ask, I have to request you. I have to be very, very patient with you, extremely patient and loving, so that you listen to me and take your realization. I have to actually goad you to do that. It's all right. That's mother's job. Only mother can do it. When Christ will come, he'll take his 11 powers and will just sort you out. Before that, please have yourself completely judged through your Kundalini awakening and work it out. Those people who have come with ideas of their own should just go and see for themselves what have they achieved by these ideas. There have been so many organizations, one after another. There's no way to organize God. Better organize yourself through your spirit, which is the Absolute. May God bless you.